students can use this lab for research and study for postgraduate students. This open greenhouse facility is an open greenhouse which has cold water and supplemented light for use in the evening. And here we can use it to grow rice. And also there is an experiment running now where they grow rice and maize plants here. And inside our greenhouse there is another room with growth chamber. And we can use the growth chamber to grow rice and other plants in control environment room. Here, this is the growth chamber that can be used, and it can control humidity, light, and temperature that we can use to grow plants at our desired condition. This is our molecular lab.
Lecturers and students can do molecular biology experiments. Here, there are about 6 sexes that can work at the same time. The people can do extraction and finding extraction for or anti-genetic experiments. Here, you can do medicine division, you can do extraction in this equipment, and then follow it. We can do quantification. This row to then we can do PCR without chemistry that can do on the same time. After PCR, we can do following this way. We can do gel resistion, and then we can train result using gel documentation. Also has control temperature. So then we have extraction, protein extraction using this centrifugal quality display. We also have this wood to do some as a good thing with this. We also have this to test our stuff after experiments. We also have this water purification system to use in our experiment in the lab.
This is another molecular biology lab.
It is a real-time research in this bio lab. JFS 96. Okay, so this machine has 96 cells, so that we can there are 5 fluorescent channels, so that you can decide what you can see experiments. So calculation include absolute quantification of the input, or you can do differential gene expression analysis between control and experiment. And this machine can also do rapid resolution analysis, so that you can do genotyping processing without any sequencing step.
Here this one have 10 fluorescent imaging that you can use to take photo with fluorescent dye of plant, animal, and also western blot. In this image, this is the photo of prawn showing fluorescent dye in the digestive tract. And here this is the microplate reader, where you can use with 96 well plate. And you can use it to quantify chemicals in the solution with only very little amount of the sample. However, we have office of scientific instrument and testing of the university, where there are equipments for the use in molecular biology, chemistry, and also physics. And here are supplements for molecular biology, like the multi-biotyper, microplate reader that we have, next generation sequencing machine, and real-time PCR. And in the end, I want to introduce you to My project, gene expression and alenochemicals in rice vineyard grass interaction. That is the project that we propose that will be part of gene expression and testing of alenochemicals in rice and vineyard grass, which is a weed in the rice field. And here are our group that we have now. This is me, Katika Gajamnung, and there is Dr. Pathamarok in Sankhya, who is in our division, and Mr. Michael Osi Apia will be a PhD student in this project. And you can see the details of our project in the partnering tool. If anybody is interested in joining our project, you are welcome. Thank you very much. And that's all for my presentation. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Kritika. That was a very excellent presentation and wonderful lecture that you have shown us. Sorry, I had to turn on my camera. So just if you don't mind sharing with us, so what's the progress of your research right now?
The progress now, we are just waiting for the application of this project.
I see. So regarding the gene expression, so is there any progress regarding the outcome of the research?
We haven't done anything yet because we are waiting for the research grant to begin, and there is a PhD student coming to work in this project.
I see. There's a future potential collaborations in the upcoming works regarding this area. Yeah.
Yes.
All right. Thank you very much, Dr. Kritika. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Okay. Now we may move on to our second speaker. That is Dr. Chan Seok Yi. She is my fellow colleague here in University Science Malaysia, and her research interest is she's an academic staff and also a senior pharmacist in School of Pharmaceutical in USM. Well, Dr. Chan's expertise is on drug delivery system using polymeric material, and also she is using solid dispersion technique. And her research interest also revolves around the applications of natural plants in boosting immunity. Well, Dr. Chan, hello.
Hello, how are you?
It is, I'm fine. It is rather cloudy here. I don't know about you over there.
Yeah, same, cloudy.
Yeah, all right. Okay, you may share your screen and start your presentation right away.
Sure. So I'll just put in presentation mode. Right. So thanks the organizer for organizing this to actually showcase my lab, and I am actually from Top Formulation Lab from University of Science, Malaysia. A little bit about ourselves. We treasure the thought among our researchers within the groups, and every month we have group meetings. That is where the brainstorm sessions come in, which is the most important feature. That's why we call Thought Formulation Labs. And a little bit about myself. Yes, I am an academic in University of Science Malaysia with some profile that you can search in the Google Scholar. And my expertise is focusing on industrial technology, natural product, food and drug interface. Okay, currently I have a few research grants completed, but only 2 remain active until the end of this year. And I did supervise a graduate student, 2 master, 2 PhD as a main supervisor. And our research group collaborated with various partners in the country. And to name a few, this is a Malaysian palm oil board, okay, that provide these palm oil resources for us to develop into products. And we also work with Progen Link, a local provider of electrospinning manufacturing method, because we are looking at scale up this method. And we work with a pharmaceutical company where we transform our products into pharmaceutical product, hopefully. and also some analytical institutes such as Mona Institute and also Shimazu, in order to identify whatever that we found in these natural products. And humbly, we also collaborate with Southeast Asia Sustainability Network on the title of malnutrition. And I was being recognized in the Asian Young Pharmacists Group, a member of Global Young Academies, and also EXCO member of Young Scientists. And in my own university, I was given the title of Dedicated Educator. And we also collaborated with our agro village in USM, which is a nursery that actually taking care of plant that they can help in taking care of the plant that we would like to work on. So any things that we feel potential, then we can source to them. Okay, and a little bit about my current and completed research. Okay, it can be divided into three big category, which is food drug interface and industrial technology. And of course, because I'm a pharmacy, I study a lot on absorption, which is how good products go into our mouth and whether they absorb and exert the activities. And on food drug interface, I have developed Roselle chewable tablets, tocotrienol powder, soy powder for vitamin E supplementation, mainly from this palm oil source, and curcumin self-emulsifying system. We also work on taste modifying proteins as sugar substitute. And currently, we also work into papaya leaf, pomelo leaf juice and peels, and also some palm oil nutritional supplements. And under industrial technology, we work very closely on nanotechnology, as well as liposomal system. And as I mentioned before, we are planning for scale up electrospinning. And some of the planned projects that still require funding is listed here, which is the palm kernel oil as supplement, and taste modifying proteins as sugar substitute, and papaya leaf juice for dengue treatment. And this is some of our plans that we are currently working on. Even though some of them are not funded due to passion that we are actually starting to work on. And some of our significant findings from our lab, of course, being published in Q1, Q2 journals. And to name a few, we are very good in the solid state identification. And one of them is the drugs that we have identified. The first from our lab, glass transition temperature of this particular compound, which has not been reported elsewhere, and application of oral gel to be released over a week for peritonitis disease. And also, because we are a formulator, we develop stepwise approach in designing a good formulations. And the story comes through with recognition by national and as well as international platform. Okay, and this is some of the product showcase here. This is the powder form that we developed, the soy powder, and this is the Roselle chewable tablet, and this is our film that we developed purposely for the pediatric and geriatric supplementation. Okay, and who is behind the scene? Behind the scene, of course, the researchers are the most important persons that make this lab running. Okay, and some of them graduated, some of them are still with us. Okay, and of course we have obstacle, but the obstacle is actually overcome by having more social activity within the group. Okay, I encourage my researcher to actually go for some activity that we can contribute to the society, because we are pharmacy, so we go for health checking. We also do awareness campaign, even some of the social works like building home for the indigenous. We do also hiking in order to source the plant that we are working on currently. Okay, and of course, some festive that we celebrate within the groups. So now let me bring you to my lab tour. Sorry. I hope you can hear the sound. Welcome to Top Formulation Lab. We are from the School of Pharmaceutical Sciences, University Science Malaysia, which is ranked #1 in Malaysia, 2nd in Southeast Asia, and 75 in the world based on the QS ranking 2021.
In this lab, we are actively involved in pharmaceutical product development from the advanced formulation strategy, which include but not limited to active pharmaceutical ingredient, new chemical entity, nanotechnology, as well as natural products. In terms of lab facilities, spray drying, cold precipitate, electrospinning are the main manufacturing methods for the development purposes. In this lab, we are well equipped with the analysis tests for formulations such as USP dissolution apparatus, microscopy, zeta sizer, front cell, UV-IR spectrometer, HPLC, and many more. We have been consultant for local and international company, scientific partner for local industrial in terms of quantification and quality assurance. Our current project involving the anti-cancer, anti-malaria, anti-inflammatory, as well as natural product as either the adjuvant treatment for challenging disease or natural artificial sweeteners for sweet tooth among the diabetes. As Malaysia is a tropical country, we have designed a constant supply of the natural products, specifically the Argo village of USM, which is the nursery that is taking care of plants that working very closely with our research group.
Here, we have our in-house GMP facilities, which enable us to proceed for scale-up development. Conventionally, we have the fluidized batch dryer, mixing machine, tableting machine, as well as coating machine, which mainly used for sugar coating or design of advanced drug delivery, such as control or sustained release system.
Besides working within our expertise, our research team has also participated in addressing global challenges. To name a few, we are at the final stage in developing children-friendly palm oil-based supplement for children malnutrition, specifically to the indigenous people. While in terms of the environment, top formulation lab practicing recycle through green lab concept. Water waste management, material recycling are parts of the integral lab practice among our researchers here. So in our lab, you can see many people from different parts of the world. We practice equality where we have women and men researchers in a well-distributed manner. And all of them are working in a perfect harmony.
And with that, I would like to thank my mentor, Professor Emeritus Yuan, and also Professor Duncan Craig from University College London, and also my top management in my school. And that's all from myself. Thank you, Dr. Balkis.
Thank you very much, Dr. Chan. That's a very interesting tour that we have there. So it seems like there are huge potential collaborators, maybe from the industries itself. I can see that, and in fact, also from the research universities. So for those who is interested to know further regarding the potential collaborations, perhaps you can get in touch with Dr. Chan herself, find out more on her projects, yeah? So yeah. Thank you very much again, Dr. Chan.
Thank you, Dr. Balkis.
All right. Now we will invite our third speaker, Mr. Muhammad Abdul Rahman Mas. Can you hear me, Mr. Muhammad Abdul Rahman?
Hello, everyone. Can the host also pin the video or spotlight the video?
All right, I can see you now.
Okay. Allow me to share my screen. No, it's from the other account. What's your... Okay. Give me a second. Sorry, we have a bit of a technical issue.
No worries. So in the meantime, I'd like to introduce, Mr. Muhammad Abdul Rahman Mas is the head of Department of Food Technology Division from International Institute of for Life Sciences, Indonesia. Okay, so he had a vast research experience in food processing technologies, in particular in plant-based food. So, Mr. Muhammad Abdul Rahman, is it okay if we start now?
Yes. I hope
Alright.
everyone can see the screen well, can hear me
Yeah, I
well,
can see
and
that.
can see me in the pilot lab.
All right,
So
very good.
greetings from Indonesia, everyone. Let me introduce myself. My name is Muhammad Abdurrahman Mas. You can call me Iman. I'm here as a representative from I3L, international university, a privately owned university operating in Indonesia. Our focus is spread out across life sciences and also through businesses. But right now, for the purposes of the sustainable food production topic or theme, I am here as the representative to tell you what we've done and our facilities that are available. So some details about me, you can find my email, the work phone number, and the campus address if you're ever in Indonesia. Or if you want to know more about I3L, there's our social media. And if you want to know more about me, there's also my LinkedIn. So if you do have any questions, feel free to contact me. Anything about this presentation or anything else you want to know about. So a little bit about the research that we do here in I3L. In the Food Innovation and Nutrition Research Cluster, there is 9 faculties, including myself. So we do a lot of different research topics. Some of them happen to fit into this theme. And if there is any collaborators that are interested in doing work similar to these topics, just contact us and we can set a meeting. Some of these topics include plant-based alternatives, so research into milk, yogurts, and meats as a plant alternative. And also we've done a life cycle assessment to check the sustainability of a plant-based meat product here in Indonesia. We also look at the possibility of creating protein isolates that are not as common as soy protein isolate or pea protein isolates. That research is in collaboration with the University of Leeds, where we are in charge of the extraction and testing of the physical properties and some chemical properties. And the University of Leeds handles the digestibility of the protein, the solubility, and some additional tests. We also do a lot of research to minimize food waste. Part of it is to utilize the food waste to make new products. We have a collaboration with a Spanish industry and also a research institute in Spain in the same project, where we use avocado seed as a preservative inside the food. We are also interested in looking at some of our local resources here in Indonesia. I'm sure all my colleagues in Southeast Asia also have quite a wide variety of fruits and vegetables available to them. But some of those have a very short shelf life. So we are looking also at ways to preserve those foods so that we don't have a lot of food waste. And if you want to know more research that is going on in I3L or other topics that you are maybe interested in, you can see it on the diagram. Those big colored arrows are our main focus or areas of research. So if you are interested, please just contact me. And next, I would like to show you some parts of our lab. So right now I'm in the pilot plant, but our lab facilities are actually spread across 2 floors. So when we wanted to do the live showcase, unfortunately we cannot move between floors. But right now I will show you some of our equipment here in the pilot plant, and there is a brief video that I'll narrate about some facilities on the 3rd floor. But tomorrow, a colleague of mine is also going to be presenting, and she will showcase some equipment from the 3rd floor. So if you are interested in some of the more analytical equipments available at I3L, please watch tomorrow's session as well. So let's have a look at some of the machines that we have here in the pilot plant. So on my left here is our HTST machine. For the purposes of our research, we've really used this to scale up the production from the lab scale. So as you all know, pilot plant is used to kind of a step between the lab scale and also the the full production scale. So here we've tested some plant-based milks and a couple of other plant-based beverages that we've looked in the lab, we've researched, and then we've scaled up into this machine for production. And to my right here, we have our jacketed mixer from Stefan. They make this wonderful machine that is connected to our HTSC machine. And this is a very good machine to mix and heat or cool in a very precise manner. So when we want to apply enzymes, we want to apply additives at a very specific temperature range, we are able to do it with this machine. And also ideally in the back here, we have our large fermentor. This machine would be used for our yogurt, but it's not in that stage yet. We have a soy yogurt project, plant-based yogurt project that we will eventually try to scale up using this machine that can control, again, the temperature, mixing time, and all of that. Some other facilities that we have in the lab, we are currently missing our extruder, but this should be where our extruder is. Currently, it's being improved, but we are planning some research to use with the extruder, especially since we've created our new version of a protein isolate. We want to try to make texturized vegetable proteins from unique protein sources. And we also have here our double-decker oven. And finally, in the room, once we get there, sorry, we can't go in. But in that room, we have a lot pilot scale spray dryer and also a freeze dryer. So if you do have any questions regarding any of these machines, whether you want to know their specs or what we can do, please just contact us and we'll give you more details. Other than that, let me go back to the presentation and show you the last part of the video. Okay. Okay, so this is our third floor facilities. We have an anatomy lab. We have our nutrition labs here as well. And then we have various chemical labs. We have a micro lab. We have a pharmacy lab. So some of you who may know these machines will be a little more familiar with some of these equipments. And this is our teaching lab, mixed in with some of our general chemistry lab as well. And lastly, this is our cell culture lab, and this is our pilot plant. Another angle if you want to see. And lastly is our sensory lab. So this sensory lab is this sensory lab currently is closed, but maybe in the future we can have a collaboration for sensory analysis. I think that's it from me. Thank you for everyone's time. And again, if you do have any questions or comments, please just let me know.
Thank you very much, Dr. Abdul Rahman, for your presentation. I can see that it's a pretty comprehensive lab you have there on food processing. So
Yes.
you are focusing mainly on plant-based products, or you are open to other sources of products as well?
Currently, our focus is on plant-based, but we can do work on animal-based as well.
So it can be work upon, yeah, on these
Yes,
questions.
definitely.
All right. So should anyone have any questions further you want to know further information regarding the research by Mr. Muhammad Abdul Rahman, you can contact him personally, and hopefully there will be more fruitful researchers coming up from this lab in the future. Thank you, Mr. Abdul Rahman.
Thank you.
All right. Okay, so we are quite on track. So we are inviting our subsequent speaker, Dr. Tida Win. Hello, Dr. Tida.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
How are you?
Fine.
Hi. All right. Okay, Dr. Thida, she's currently a research team leader in UKAKA Myanmar Tea Company Limited in Myanmar. And she used to be director of the University of Mandalay, Myanmar. Her research interest is in drug discovery of anti-tumor, anti-diabetic components from phytochemicals in particular, and also it covers the innovations of tea products. And you are working as well on Myanmar tea standards and quality analysis of Myanmar tea. So without further ado, perhaps you can share your screen.
Yes.
And start your presentation right away. So the floor is yours.
Hello. Can you see?
Yes, we can see your presentation.
Okay. And good morning and also good afternoon for everybody. And thank you very much for selecting us as a speaker. And even we have the very difficult and condition in Myanmar is and coronavirus pandemic and also military court duration. So we cannot work very well, but we try our best. And so I'm may I introduce myself? I'm Tita Wen, and research team leader, as you know, and currently I'm working at Ukaka Myanmar Tea Company Limited. And also, the first slide, I would like to show all of you our and collected research team, and they are as a researcher, and also their roles and their expertise, and also our laboratory will be support associated with the Myanmar Tea Association. And one of our research team member is Ms. Nyunyuse, and also she is also chairperson in Myanmar Tea Association and CEC Myanmar Food Processor and Exporters Association, and also she is a tea specialist and 40 years experience working in the tea industry. And in our research, we not only focus on the tea production, also, and we would like to advance our tea processing and value chain product, and also so many areas. Our project will mainly focus on affordable and sustainable food production in tea industry, as about 100,000 smallholders who live in the Shan state depends on the tea for their livelihood. Being organic products, tea has a stable and high demand in the international and domestic organic market, as you know. The research will focus not only sustainable food production, also development of the sustainable food value chains, such as local value addition through the local processing, and linking farmers directly to higher value export markets. And also resource efficient production and processing practice will be included. For example, planting cover hopeful legumes as for example beans using locally available biotechnology, adopting the agroforestry practices, and improvement of traditional processing methods based on the research findings of the different local fermentation methods and shelf life of the various fermentation methods. Also, we will support the small-scale tea producer for access to the voluntary and sustainable standards. We need the, in Myanmar, we have the lack of the tea production scientific documents. We have very real documents, and we are trying to develop our tea quality and tea standard as the international standard. And with this project, therefore, we aim to advance our scientific knowledge system by cooperating with the international partners and incubating new and innovative ideas to develop the tea industry in Myanmar. And this is, as you know, and this is a tea plant with flowers. And as of now, we are very famous, very traditional, and more than 100 years, and pickled tea leaf salad. Now it's still is a very popular, and now we can export some of the pickled tea leaf to the Europe, US, and UK, but not very much. This slide is our potential role for partners. So you can see we can now currently you can mention name of the some partners and their roles. So the company will be involved as the planning, implementation, monitoring, evaluation, and reporting. And Myanmar Tea Association and we facilitate and networking. And the Department of Research and Innovation will act as an advisory. And also we are looking for the international and partner for joint implementation, joint publication, and technical supporting and knowledge sharing and something like that. These are contact details, our emails and our social media. And so you can contact, we can contact each other with via through the email. Thank you very much for your joining us, and I would like to show our lab tool at the moment. So I would like to move to our please with us to show our rear left. Sorry.
Hello, Dr. Fida. I'm afraid you're not opening your video.
Oh. Nah, tanah dekat. Dekat apa ya? Ya, itu dekat apa ya? Oh, tiba-tiba.
Dr. Fida, I believe you're trying to show us your lab.
Yes, yes.
Okay, all right.
Okay.
Now it's working.
Teman-teman. Bisa tiba-tiba chụp vào mà. Tiba chụp vào. Phone number hậu, tiba đi cầm.
Oh, can you see this?
Yes, we can see them.
Yeah.
All right, excellent.
Our lab, because I understand is not only videoed, also the real lab. So we prepare for to show the real lab.
Great, great.
And maybe I misunderstand. So this is and the tea, so the preparation for the drying tea and black tea. And yeah, no? Yeah. And this is to make some pH. This is very special for to the quality of the tea and to how many percentage the water soluble, and it depends on the quality of the tea. You have to measure and to analyze the tea quality. And then we have to measure the moisture content of our product. So, preparation for the tea quality, and not only the dry tea, also green tea. It's every day we need to follow the testing the analysis for the tea, and And we can measure now the 18 parameters, including and the phenol and also the tannin and catechin and also antioxidant and with the UV spectrophotometer and also other parameter we can measure. And now we have another drawing lab and with the University of uh, China and also for the microbiological lab. And also and we have to try to partners, looking for the partners from from Germany and in Japan for as a some part of the technical support and something like that. So thank you very much. And hello, thank you very much for your.
All right, thank you very much. That's very wonderful to have a live tour over there. So you can see a very well equipped lab.
This is a very clear screen.
Yes, it's a pleasure. Yeah. Okay, so for those who are interested in particular working on phytochemicals or tea related research, you can contact Dr. Theda Win for further information. I'm sure she would be more than pleased to have collaborations potentials, and you may contact her directly. Yeah. All right. Thank you, Dr. Theda.
Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Yes. Okay, so we are going to have another speaker before we go on a short break. We are inviting upon Dr. Suhirman. Hello, Dr. Suhirman.
Hello. Yeah.
Hello. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can.
Okay. All right. So a brief introduction on Dr. Suhirman. He is an academic staff and a researcher in the Department of Chemical Engineering in Diponegoro University in Indonesia. Well, his research interest and expertise is in the field of hybrid solar dryer, and in particular for food application. So he is also an expert in food processing and of course food engineering. So Dr. Suhirman, you may share your screen and start right away. Thank you.
Okay, welcome. Okay, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'm glad to see you all. I would like to present my research with the title, The Development of Renewable Energy for Dryer for Indonesian Sustainable Food Production. So let's introduce myself. My name is Herman, and I'm from the Diponegoro University, and my area of expertise is about drying, food drying, and solar dryer. So the research that I propose is about development of renewable energy for Indonesian sustainable food production. So the research will start by good sustainable food dryer, and then we can increase the efficiency of dryer by air recirculation, use desiccant, and the third is improving by hybrid model, let's say use LPG gas, biomass, and so on. And then we conduct analysis product quality, includes physical properties, sensory properties, optical properties, and so on. And the five is we study the drying kinetics and modeling. The six is energy analysis, and the seven is economic analysis. Then material of food can be such as Indonesian commodity products such as padi, onion, corn, coffee, and etc. So the output is about applied technology in industry, patents, publication, international journal, and books. Then this is a contact detail of me. Then you can send email, or also you can see my social media. I will show you the apparatus that has been built in my laboratory. First is moment. Yeah. natural convection solar dryer. Yeah, this is a natural, and second is LPG gas hybrid solar dryer. By this apparatus, we combine both from sun and also from gas LPG, and then also we have put which LPG gas hybrid for type 2. Yeah, this is a mixed model, and then also we put the integral solar dryer, and it's a pure by use the solar dryer. And then in industrial, we also have put in small medium enterprise in Monogori, this for mock-up floor is in Central Java, and also we also had fluid hybrid solar dryer greenhouse for red onion in Central Kalimantan in Palangkaraya. And to support the experiment, the research, we use analytical apparatus that has been prepared by Laboratorium Terpadu Undip. So in Laboratorium Terpadu, we have simultaneous thermographic analyzers, and then analytical scanning electron microscope, yeah, for investigate the product quality, and also X-ray diffraction, yeah, to see the crystallinity of the product, and also inductive coupled plasma optical emission spectrometry to see the component of the product, and also the wavelength express X-ray fluorescence, yeah, to detect element of metallic element, yeah, in our product. And also another apparatus is like HPLC, KGMS, LCMS. So for apparatus, analytical has been prepared by integrated laboratory in Undip. So now I will show the apparatus in my laboratory. Yeah, let moment. Yeah, see. So we'll show the laboratory. Yeah. This is and this is some our laboratory. Yeah, actually the campus is locked down, so no student in our lab. And then now I will show the some dryer that has been with, yeah. So yeah, we have first is, yeah, this is a rotary dryer, yeah, rotary dryer, and this is the solar dryer, yeah, and then it is the the solar dryer also, yeah, that use the solar cell as energy source for the blower. And also we have it is also integral dryer. And then yeah, this is some onion that now I conduct some experiment, and in this yeah, this is the the machinery, yeah, to put apparatus. For example, this is also we have rotary dryer, yeah, and another dryer is in the outside of the laboratory, yeah. Yeah, this is the that dryers, this box, use the biomass. So I think it's enough from me that I have shown some apparatus that has been put in my laboratory. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Suleiman. So I can see that some of the technologies are ready to be transferred to the users, as you have shown before. Am
Yes.
I right? Excellent, excellent. Okay, so we'll gather. Thank you very much, Dr. Suleiman, for your presentation. It was a wonderful tour you have there on for your lab. Thank you. Okay, so we have reached our fifth speaker. So perhaps we're gonna have a break for a while before we continue to our sixth speaker. So Vu, can I have some information? Are we going to
Yes. So now we can clarify some questions from the audience. If they have questions to the presenters. At the moment, I cannot see any questions in the Q&A section.
So perhaps we can gather the questions after the presentation later on.
So maybe we can start with the break now and go into 45-minute break. So I would say that at 10:30 we would continue.
How about we stick to the schedule, which is 4:25 our time? Would that make sense?
Oh yes, yes, that's good. That's good. That's great. Yes.
So just maybe just a reminder to everyone, we will be back at 4:25 Singapore and KL time, which is 10:25 in Europe right now, and we'll continue with the next presentations, which are going to be just as exciting as the ones that we've just seen. So maybe everybody digest and see us back here at 4:25 Singapore KL time, 10:25 Europe time, and then we'll continue. In the meantime, as you said, Balkis and Wu, people can start thinking about questions.
You post them in the question Q&A chat box if you have any questions.
Exactly.
Yes. All right.
So I'll be sharing my screen because I've prepared a little slide just so everybody sees we are on a break, and we'll see everybody back here at 4:25. So good, everybody get some water and we'll continue.
Okay, see you later.
See you.
Ich glaube, man sieht jetzt sieht man das, ja. All right.
Okay, so wir machen alle eine kurze Pause, ja?
Genau, bis gleich.
Okay, bis gleich. Hello, everyone. Good.
Hi.
So we're all back almost. I think we have a few more minutes. I just moved into a different room because now my husband is cooking. It'll be too noisy in the background.
Have some background noise over there.
I wish I had someone who cooks me food.
Oh.
I hope he's using sustainable food.
Yes.
I better check on that. I better check on that exactly. Well, sustainable and yummy, that's kind of my criteria. I think we're having noodles today. Good, so everybody is coming back in and I will continue the recording, right? Perfect. And maybe we have 3 more minutes, so I think attendees are hopefully coming back. Yes, they are, wonderful. And Balkis, I'll just hand over to you.
All right.
Maybe
so
wait.
We'll wait for another 3 minutes, yeah?
Yeah, good idea.
All right. All right, welcome back, everyone. I hope you have a short break just now, and we're coming in for more exciting sharing from our fellow researchers. We will continue with our sixth speaker, that is Dr. Umi Aisah Asli. Can you hear me, Dr. Umi? I think you are muted. You're still muted.
Yes.
Hello.
Okay, hello. So,
all right. Okay.
Better.
Yeah. You can start sharing your screen while I'll read some of the your research interest. Well, you are the research fellow of Innovation Center in Agri-Technology for Advanced Bioprocess in University Technology Malaysia. And you are also a senior lecturer of School and Chemical and energy engineering in, of course, in UTM as well. Well, as I can see, your research interest is in biosurfactant from agriculture waste for oil remediation and remediation of soils for agriculture application. You are also interested in soil MFC, microbial fuel cell for bioelectricity, and also carbon sequestration. So perhaps you may add on your presentation and can start sharing your screen. The floor is yours, Dr. Umi.
Okay. Right, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Umi Aisyah Asli. Thank you, Dr. Siti, for a very nice introduction. So I'm a senior lecturer and as well as research fellow in the Innovation Center of Agri-Technology for Advanced Bioprocessing. It is actually a research center, one of the research center in University of Technology Malaysia, Pagoh, or UTM Pagoh. This is actually the UTM third campus, other than the main campus in Johor Bahru, the southern part of Malaysia, and the second campus in UTM KL. So we are quite new. So we just established since 2017. So ICA actually is one of the center that serve opportunity for researchers, postgraduate students, industrial trainers, and as well as industrial and international collaborators to carry out highly significant research in agri-technology, as well as downstream processing that involve advanced bioprocessing, mainly in a food production. So one of our research team that been carried out right now is a high nutrient dense food production through sustainable agriculture. So as sustainable agriculture is one of the hot topic nowadays towards sustainable development goals, it's been seen as has a beneficial in terms of economical, social, as well as for our natural resources security, particularly in soil, water, and conservation. So we see that through the sustainable agriculture, we can promote a high quality or premium food that we're talking about vegetables and fruits, nutrient density product. So one of the elements that I've been carrying out the research on here, particularly in soils research, for the development of efficient local soil assessment for accurate soil treatment and efficient nutrient recycling, because there is a say that soils is like a gold. We have to treat soils like a gold because it's very precious. So I have a very simple perspective on the soil. Healthy soils can produce healthy plants, and healthy plants is for the human health benefits. So currently, one of my research lies in the soils assessment that involve activities like soil samplings, analysis. We do a lot of data imputation analysis on the soil's fertility, diagnostic, and configuration, and source amendment, and then the last part is data validation, which is actually I'm particularly looking for the collaboration that work on the big data analysis, because why? When we're dealing with the source research, we dealing with maybe like thousands of samples, and each samples have more than 30 parameters. So so in particularly, I'm looking for collaboration for big data analysis, and But not least, actually, I'm welcoming any other parts on the data informatics actually. And when we're talking about sustainable agriculture, one of the elements that we have to take into consideration in the carbon sequestration, where we see soils as the carbon sink. So I'm welcoming also for those working on the carbon sequestration to collaborate with us here. Right. I can be contact through this email and my secondary email. That's my telephone number. And I have do Facebook account and Twitter account. Just type my full name here. And do welcome to visit us at our website pago.utm.my. And you want to look at the ICA, my research center, you just add ICA at the back of the address. Right. As I mentioned, I'm one of my research interests nowadays is in the soil. So we do have 2 lab soils in UTM Pago, but I'm just showing part of my lab, which is now I'm in the soils testing lab, right? So what I'm going to do, I'm going to bring you to look at. Can you see?
I believe you still have your background, Dr. Umi, so perhaps you can remove the background.
You? Choose picture background. Then.
Okay.
Sikit belum klik kan.
So while working this sort of
tekan mana? Camera open. Camera on.
Video on. Tutup dulu video.
Okay,
all right.
Okay, you can see you.
This is soil moisture retention system. So this is the equipment that we check soil moisture retention characteristic. And okay, this is one of our precious equipment. This is portable photosynthesis system. So we check the gas exchange characteristic of plant, okay, by just clamping towards this leaves. Okay, right. Okay, now this is the soil vulnerability system, one of our experimental rigs that we check the soil vulnerability characteristic of soils. Right. Okay. And this is a lot of samples here. I have 2 master students working on soils research. This is some of our samples. Okay, this is a basic necessities for typical experimental analysis. Okay, this is our filtration system for the filtration process. And then this is the meter. This is the BOD system of biological oxygen demand, where we check the biological oxygen demand of any samples. So this is for soil samples. And then this is one of the one of my students' work. Just a basic experiment to check the soil texture. And then this one is another sample just to show you. This is we check the we call it seed germination index, where we check the soil health through this one of the indicator. So this, as I said, this is only part of the equipment that we have. We do have many other analysis equipment, but this is particularly dealing with the soils characteristic for the soil assessment. Okay, I think that's all my presentation. My apologies for the short technical problem. That's not over to you, Dr. Siti. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Dr. Umi, for making a live tour for us. You can see that it's a wonderful lab over there. Okay, so as I understand, you are looking partners in bioinformatics for the soil components. So for those who are interested in getting get in touch with Dr. Umi and we contact her, and she will be happy to do collaborations with you, hopefully, inshallah. Okay, thank you, Dr. Umi. Okay, now we would like to invite our speaker, our seventh speaker, Dr. Lily Somantri from the Indonesia University of Education. Hello, Dr. Lily Somantri.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm fine. Good morning and good afternoon, everyone. Thank you.
Good afternoon. Yes.
Okay,
Dr. Sumantri, you have, I can see you have a vast experience in photogrammetry and also in remote sensing. Okay,
yes.
Perhaps you can share your screen and bring us to your lab over there. Over to you.
Okay, thank you for my opportunity. I would like to share my presentation. Okay, the first, my name is Lili Somantri. Now I head of Geographic Information Science Study Program in Universitas Pendidikan Indonesia, Bandung. Area of my expertise. The first one is Geographic Information System. Geographic Information System is science and technology for analyzing to produce map from various source like field surveying, secondary data, and remote sensing data. And the second one, remote sensing. My expertise, remote sensing is science and technology for extracting data about land use and land cover from imagery slide. Land use and land cover can using monitoring crop production like paddy or agriculture others using method spatiotemporal analysis. Spatial is scope area and then temporal is time concept. So my competence about mapping using software. My research about sustainable food production using teknologi geospasial in West Java Province, Indonesia. This research was conducted to see the impact of change in land use from rice field to settlement and road on the sustainability of food production in West Java Province. Role of partner, the first one is S3 Indonesia. S3 is providing software about GIS, about Geographic Information System. And then Citarum Task Force in Indonesia. Citarum, one of river dirty pollution. Citarum Task Force is government provide of secondary data in Majalaya or West Java Province. This is my detailed contact, my email address, lisomantri@edu, my telephone number. this one, and social media in Facebook, Lili Somantri Adireja. And then I will show you about my laboratory video. My name is Dr. Lili Somantri. My position as Associate Professor in Universitas Pendidikan Indonesia, Department of Geography right now. And my competence are remote sensing and geographic information system. Talking about the laboratory is the most important thing to releasing of the research. This research with them sustainable food producing needs to be studied in depth in Indonesia, especially in Majalaya district in West Java province. Land use change is really rampant from rice field become a settlement, and road have an impact on the sustainability of food production, especially for distributing food supplies in Majalaya. A laboratory that provides a role in facilitating research by providing facilities, access, and infrastructure to provide a solution for rice production research there. There are 3 laboratories which existing: geographies laboratory, computer laboratory, and surveying laboratory. The first one provide a variety of books reference, student research result, maps, projector, and slides, meeting room, and other geographical equipment for study of meteorology, climatology, hydrology, and soil geography. The computer laboratory is used to geographic information system, alliance in the last laboratory, providing facilities and infrastructure in the form of theodolite, water pass, measuring, science, helmet, static, electronic station, global system, and health global system, drone and projector, as well as meeting room for distribution facilities. Thank you. Okay, thank you. That's my presentation. Thank you. Okay.
Thank you very much, Dr. Lili. So you are seeking partners in any particular area that you're looking to extend your collaborations? Are you seeking in which area you're looking at for potential collaborations? Do you get my question?
Collaboration, pardon me?
Yeah, so you are looking in which area for collaboration?
For collaboration in other presentation? In other country, maybe in another country or another university?
Excellent, yes.
Yeah, maybe I think in Indonesia, yeah, from Indonesia, from Brawijaya University, maybe, yeah.
Excellent.
Before I collaboration research with government, Bandung Regency.
I see.
Yeah, Bandung Regency.
All right. Okay. Thank you very much, Dr. Lili Somantri, for your presentation there. Okay, thank you. So we'll proceed to our next speaker, that is Dr. Chanchana Thanachayanot. Hello, Dr. Chanchana.
Hello, hi everyone.
Hi,
okay,
hello.
Let me
Yes,
share
you
my
may.
screen.
Okay. So Dr. Chanchana is the Director of Environment Research Group of National Metal and Materials Technology from Thailand. And her research interest is in analytics of hybrid materials and environmental preservation, especially in monitoring and remediation of water and air. Okay, Dr. Chanchana, the floor is yours and you may start with your presentation.
Okay. Sorry, how I make full screen from here? Ah, okay. Yeah, sorry. Okay. Good afternoon and good morning, everyone. My name is Chanchana Thanachyanont. I am a principal researcher at the National Metal and Materials Technology Center. We are under the National Science and Technology Development Agency, and we work full-time on research. Currently, I look after the environmental research group at MTech. I have material science and engineering background. I received BEng and PhD degrees from Imperial College, London. Our research group focuses on research, development, and utilization of materials technology toward a comprehensive solution for emerging pollutants. We would like to increase our contribution on using environmental materials to assist environmental problems and offer sustainable alternatives. We've been working on analytics of hybrid materials for environmental applications. We believe that we are very good at hybrid material processing, microstructure, property, performance, relationship, especially for electrochemical sensors. Right now, we put a lot of effort on emerging pollutants, such as persistent organic pollutant, per and polyfluoroalkyl substances, or known as PFAS. We are looking for research partners to work together on fast and low-cost detection of emerging pollutants in surface water to prevent them from entering our food chain. We believe this is one of the ways to contribute to a sustainable food production. We would also like to work on the inventory of emerging pollutants in surface water. We are looking for research partners on topic of sensors for food safety, trace elemental environmental chemicals analysis, materials informatics, hybrid materials development, but not limited only to these. So if you find that we can work together, please feel free to contact us at my email address as shown here, and this is my telephone number. Also, you can find more details from our website, and in ResearchGate, LinkedIn, and also Facebook with my full name. Due to COVID-19 situation, I will not be able to walk you through our lab live. However, we have prepared a video and we hope that you will like it. So I'm gonna show the video. Our current research interests for collaboration are to be able to detect and collect data of persistent organic pollutants in surface water. This is because we strongly believe that the persistent organic pollutants will enter our food chain and affect our health. We are equipped with necessary trace elemental analysis facilities and material characterization. Today, it is our great pleasure to virtually walk you through our laboratories. For physical characterization, we use energy dispersive X-ray fluorescence to preliminarily determine elements in materials and environmental samples of interest. Energy dispersive X-ray fluorescence can be used to obtain qualitative and semi-quantitative elemental profiles, ranging from carbon to uranium in solid, powdered, and liquid samples, including electronic components. Then, for further in-depth analysis, electron probe microanalyzer is used to obtain elemental quantitative data from conductive materials. The instrument is equipped with electron microscope in various options, such as mapping, scanning electrons, and cross-sectional analysis. For chemical analysis, we use Fourier transform infrared spectroscopy to determine covalent functional groups in solid and liquid samples, especially in attenuated total reflectance mode. Surfaces can conveniently be tested without sample preparation steps. We have inductively coupled plasma ICP with optical emission spectrometry detector in our lab to determine contents of metal elements in samples. For organic contaminants, especially persistent organic pollutants, we use gas chromatography equipped with mass spectrometry for compound analysis, including determination of gaseous organic contents. The equipment is suitable for volatile and thermally stable samples. For persistent organic pollutants in water, we use high-performance liquid chromatography for qualitative and quantitative determination of organic compounds in liquid phase. Our HPLC is equipped with MSMS and photodiode array detectors. Moreover, we are equipped with necessary sample preparation equipment, such as solid extraction system, accelerated solvent extractor, XLVAP, automated concentration evaporation system. For our research activities on emerging pollutant sensors, we are equipped with glove box, spin coater, and traditional and homemade potentiostats. With our research capabilities, we are working on development of electrochemical sensors and systems to tackle pesticide and persistent organic contaminant detection at trace levels. The following are examples of our work: a molecular imprint material system for PFOS detection, modified electrodes for pesticide sensing, a homemade detection system for pesticide detection assisted by machine learning. If we can monitor and get rid of the emerging pollutants in water, they will be prevented from becoming a part of our food chain. Thank you very much for visiting our lab today. Thank you very much. So that be all from me today.
Thank you, Dr. Chanchana, for the lab tour. There's quite a number of high-end equipment in your lab over there. You can see that. And perhaps it can be of good application, especially in the emerging of aquaculture as a main source of food. And it can be of applications for this kind of sensors for easy tracing of pollutants, yeah?
Yes, actually, we've been working on the washed water from vegetables, just to check if we have leftover pesticides before we eat. And that's where actually we found some problem examples. For example, we have organic produce farmers who who do everything organically, but the vegetables are found to be contaminated. And they found later on that it was actually from the nearby water.
Oh.
So I think this is one of the problems that we should solve.
Exactly. So with the high-end detection method, we can rapidly detect this sort of pollutants, especially in our food.
Hopefully, because normally we have to run traditionally with HPLC all the time, let's say. So this is why we are trying to make fast sensors. And of course, data analytics also necessary. So I have sort of found my partners already a little bit today. Yes.
All right. Okay, that's great to hear that. Thank you, Dr. Chanchana. Okay. Well, move on to our next speaker then. Okay, this is our final speaker. So we are right on track. We are introducing to you Professor IR Dr. Yani Rizjani from academic staff from the Universitas Brawijaya, and she's an academic staff and researcher at this university. Hello, Dr. Yani.
Hello, how are you? Good afternoon.
Good afternoon to you too. Okay, Dr. Yani, you may share your screen.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very
Start
much for introduction.
Thank you.
Can you see the PowerPoint? Can you see?
You can see your PowerPoint, but it's not in the, now it's in presentation mode.
You can see, okay?
Yes, we can see it now.
Okay, thank you very much. My name is Yani Rizjani. My work is in the Faculty of Fisheries and Marine Science, and I was the founder of Bioeconomic Research Center, and I graduated from long time ago from Nantes University, and we have stayed from Ifremer, France. And my research interest is marine algae, including micro or macro algae, marine bioactive compound, ecotoxicology, health of aquatic organism, and environment and aquatic resources. I would like to introduce about algae in Indonesia. This is the former name is Bioeconomic Research Center. This is a Center for Algae and Environment. The objective is to provide excellent research results in algae resources and biotechnology for various applications and in marine environment and ecotoxicology to generate output in the form of patent, product, service, books, and publication. The algae include microalgae and macroalgae, like seaweed. And the field area of center, including algae resources and biotechnology and marine environment. For algae resources and biotechnology, we work with aquaculture and natural product and pharmacy, algae resources for other application and biotechnology, for example, for food or energy, and also for marine environment, we work for environmental assessment, ecotoxicology, and sustainable environment. This is our work, ongoing works that will be finished on next year on February. Because of the pandemic, the project is prolonged to next year, and this project is collaboration with a member of algae consortium, coordinated from Le Mans University in France. The Ghana project is funded from the European Union, MSCA RISE. The title of the project is the Genus Haslea, New Marine Resources for Blue Biotechnology and Aquaculture. This project determined the biological and chemical diversity of Haslea diatom to develop mass-scale production for viable application by maximizing biomass production and associated value compound production, including terpenoid, for example, marine-like pigments, lipid, and silica skeleton. This is the consortium, which consists of 13 countries, 22 institutions from 13 countries. We collaborate with many institutions here, and including for aquaculture, biodiversity, ecophysiology, genomic, lipid, etc. And for ongoing program for this year, we developed algae center at Brawijaya University and increasing spirulina biomass. The program is a collaboration with a company for marine algae production, especially spirulina production. The company is Algae Biotechnology Indonesia, or Abitech. And this is the several published works. For example, for diatom or marine microalgae, we observe, explore marine microalgae for diatom in around coral reef in Kalimantan, Borneo, and in Java Sea, and in Flores or Komodo Islands, and in Sulawesi. We count many diatom and identified more than 900 taxon, representing more than 100 genera. And other microalgae, for example, Porphyridium. We work also with ecotoxicology. For example, we use the zebrafish to see if it is toxic or not. This is an example of our work. And for the survey for diatom from Indonesia, the methodology including procedure for taxonomy and also procedure for phylogenetic. We have a taxonomic survey with light microscope and SAM, and also statistical analysis to count the species richness and dominance, and also biodiversity index, including Shannon or Simpson biodiversity and evenness index. And this is the example of macroalgae. Macroalgae is seaweed. It has been published. The title is Genetic Diversity and Similarity Between Green and Brown Morphotype of Capapichus using LEPD. We explore, we sample the macroalgae or seaweed from Sulawesi, from Madura, and from Lombok. And the study aims to evaluate and compare the relation between age, culture, on growth, pigments, and each carrageenan content of two different variety, brown and green. And also compare the genetic similarity between the green and brown morphotype of species that inhabit different sites in Indonesia. And evaluate the influence factors affecting color morphotype in view of genetic and pigment contents. Description of plan research project. This is our plan. I'm thinking to make a plan for the consortium for biodiversity of algae and strain development. And this will be a collaborative research program based on a partnership of several institutions and university partners from Indonesia, ASEAN, and from European countries, having complementary expertise and resources. A potential role for partners can be researchers or senior, can be a senior or junior researcher or doctoral or postdoctoral researcher. Type of works, research, mobility, it can, for example, researchers exchanges and other fields, for example, laboratory works or field works. The scope is including biodiversity and bioresources to identify diatom strains and investigate at the genus level. For example, we will sample from regional and archipelago, and normally it is still unknown or underexploited yet. And also the other work package is ecophysiology, ecotoxicology, and environmental health to determine the ecophysiological traits of algae strain in function of their geographical origin and area distribution, and to analyze it for bioindication for environmental health, and strain culture collection to maintain the developed strain culture collection in marine algae, and also screening for high value products and blue biotechnology. Screen algae species for pigment and other molecules of interest, for example, bioactive compound. And this is our office. If you want to know more about Brawijaya University, the campus is situated in East Java in Malang here. And we have the Central Laboratory of Life Sciences, which have main facility, for example, LC-HRMS and confocal laser scanning microscope, SAM, microwave acid extraction, XRD, GCMS, microplate, and ELISA reader, and etc. This is the central laboratory. And if you want want to know more, our lab, you can see via YouTube for the Central Laboratory of Life Science and for Bioecotox Research Center. I think this is 7 minutes and 7 minutes, so we have no time to present. And my contact detail is my office address is at the Department of Aquatic Resources Management, Faculty of Fisheries and Marine Sciences, University of Brawijaya, Malang. I would like to show you our small lab. This is our small lab in our room. we have to.
Yeni, can you stop sharing your screen, please?
Okay, stop share.
Yes, thank you.
Okay. Yeah, this is our collection for microalgae, diatom from Java Sea and from another part of Indonesia. And also to counter it, and this is from Haslea, the blue water from Haslea, and this is the yes, this is the collection from Bangka Island, and we have also a collection from Madura, from another part from Indonesia, and with collaboration with the Szczecin University in Poland, we found many new species from marine environment. And in front of our room, this is the Central Laboratory of Life Science. This is the biggest. So our laboratory here is only a small laboratory. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Professor Yeni, for the presentation. So I can see here that Dr. Yeni has laid out the initiative to develop a database for the microalgae. So that's very excellent because we do realize that microalgae and algae is an emerging source of alternative protein and also source of food. Okay, and also, the Prof. Yeni, I would like to ask regarding Haslea and why is it actually of interest, currently of interest?
Haslea, yeah.
Yeah.
The Haslea australia, the originate is from France, from Europe. But later we found Haslea new species from Indonesia. The name is, we call this Haslea nusantara, and the specific product from Haslea is meranine. Meranine is a pigment. The pigment can be used for many, for example, for drugs, for bioactive compound, and for everything. There are many use for the pigment. Yeah, thank you.
And I see as well that you mentioned oysters part of Haslea production. Can I have some?
In France, Haslea is consumed by oyster. Yeah, so that will in aquaculture, the Haslea will be useful for oyster culture. Yeah,
I see.
So for example, if the oyster, the color of oyster is green, that means there are or blue, there are pigment from Haslea, and the price will be higher than the oyster without consuming Haslea.
Oh, okay. So it's an added value if it's consuming that's very interesting. This is of my personal interest because I'm working as well in oyster bioactive peptides. Yeah,
that will be interesting.
So yeah. So perhaps I could benefit as well from this session. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Prof. Yeni. Okay.
Thank you.
So that's very interesting. Okay. So with that final presentation, perhaps we'll have question and answer chat box for further questions. Is there any questions that I missed regarding to our researchers especially?
There are no questions so far.
There are no questions, specific questions for them?
Yes.
All right. Okay. So perhaps I can address some of the questions. I hope some our speakers is still with us today. Because I have some questions regarding, especially of, as you can see here, there's an emerging trend in using plant as food alternative, because of the emerging flexitarian diet of people who are using plant-based food compared to the meat-based as their source of protein. So perhaps I will address the question to Mr. Muhammad Abdul Rahman, because of his expertise in plant-based meat. Are you still with us, Mr. Muhammad Abdul Rahman?
Yes, I am.
Yeah, so as I can see that you're doing meat substitutes from plants. So is there any particular characteristic from legumes that we are looking at in making them suitable for meat substitutes? Especially from the tropical.
Yeah, we come across a couple of challenges. The first one is most of our protein isolates that we have access to here is soy-based. So
Yes,
we tried
exactly.
a lot of different processes, and there's still that beanie flavor, that really soy flavor. So we've actually identified a couple plants in Indonesia. There's a lot of different beans that I'm sure that my colleagues all over Southeast Asia have also tried. But there is quite a few beans that have a good protein profile, also that is digestible, bioavailable and digestible by the humans, and with a good amino acid profile as well. So now we're trying to see whether those can be made into texturized proteins or something like that once you've isolated the protein itself.
So when we're talking about meat substitutes, what are the functional properties of the protein that we are that is important?
The functional properties that we want to have are actually quite a lot, because when we're trying to replace meat with vegetables, it's kind of like a puzzle that we have to solve. So there may be an additive that works in this one slot, and the protein can fit in the rest of that picture, but it's never going to be completely replacing. So for example, the water holding capacity. When you bite into the meat, you want it to be juicy. So the protein that we have has to be able to hold water and bind to water. But that is difficult to do with a lot of proteins. Some of them have good, and sometimes they're soluble, so they will grow out of the solution when we make a dough and stuff like that. So it's there is quite a lot, depending on the protein you use. You're going to have a different set of puzzle pieces that you will play around with. Yeah.
Exactly. Okay. All right. Thank you very much, Dr. Muhammad Abdul Rahman, for the explanation. Yeah. So also I am also interested in looking at Prof. Perhaps I would address a question to Dr. Thida Win. Dr. Thida. Hello, Dr. Thida.
Hello.
Yeah. Hi. So I can see here that you are part of your expertise is in innovations of tea products. So are you working as well in biopharmaceutical products from tea, aside from the beverages? Are you looking in the area as well?
Yes, and we are looking for how to say it, we have And the main program is that we are food processing, you know, in our country. It's not only we are focused on that not only for our lab, you know, our company. We are looking for the whole to solve this problem for the tea production, you know. And that's why we are, and how to say, we need to, and we have to exchange the knowledge from the food processing and the method. It's including fermentation, you know. So we're looking for the fermentation specialist also, and and now we have some in Myanmar. We have the some specialists, but not it's not enough for to progress for that as the international and standards, you know, because the every point is the in tea production is the fermentation point is very an important point, and then after that we can going on the another process, you know, and in during the meantime that point is the ingredient, you know, from the tea is the changes a lot of mechanism, you know, and catechin, tannin, polyphenol also, you know, and depends on the they are how to say they are bacteria, you know. In the tea are some they have good bacteria.
I see.
You know? So during the fermentation process, and so we have to find out the good bacteria for the process for the fermentation, you know. So we cannot find like that. So we are looking for the also partner, you know, for the processing to proceed.
For the processing to proceed in terms of the fermentation?
Yeah, fermentation, and also we are after fermentation, we have to analysis. We have to analysis detail, you know, after fermentation. And also we need another lab, also joint lab is the microbiological lab, you know. You know everything. So microbiology lab is
so
also
it's whole chain.
Important for the such kind of to proceed there and to identify the, you know, the bacteria, how what's the good or not, you know. And then after that another step where we can go step by step. So and another point is the agriculture point is that we need an agricultural science, also supply chain, and you know, not only supply chain, food safety also. This is food technology, we need food safety. And that's why we are looking for, we need to look for the partners. But I'm very sorry because of the 9, our colleagues are not and not mention the tea, you know, and so different areas. I know
It's okay.
Some
All
are
right.
some are your rice, so so we have to look for, continue to look for the partner, you know.
Yeah, an excellent area to extend our research.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Tida. All right. So again, as you can see that
Chana did raise her hand.
Oh, I was just saying that, okay, if you are looking for someone to make a sensor for you to test for something, we would like to partner with you.
That's great. That's really great, especially sensors in the terms of detection of phytoconstituents from tea as well.
Okay, thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
You can say it's a very fruitful event. All right. Okay. So as you can see, there's in food technology and sustainable production, it actually involves the whole span of entire food system. Okay, it starts off from the food production down to the processing and the consumption, as Dr. Tida has already mentioned, and also straight to the waste management. So you can see as for us to produce a whole effective food, sustainable food production, it actually encounters different stages in processing as well. So in a part of that, also we are looking at a part of the technologies that we have here. Perhaps we could also look at the readiness of the implementation for some of the technologies. Yeah, it would be really great. So as we can see here, part of from being in a research lab, we have to consider how is it to transfer the technologies right away to the for the consumers, as we can immediately harness the goodness from the system as well.
Yeah.
Okay, so as you can see here, plant-based, most of our research are plant-based because it's, you can see it's a trend of being a source of alternative food, and also it to reduce the environmental impact from the livestock, and then you can see we're meeting the growing demand of fish supplies as well from the aquaculture, and it is how we are going to ensure that we have sufficient food and sustainable system to cover the growing Earth populations. So with that, I don't see, perhaps we have any more questions. I don't think we have any more questions from the chat box or from the Facebook. Is there any questions?
No, I don't see any questions.
All right. Yeah.
Susanna, you're still muted.
So, Susanna?
Sorry, that's probably my headphones. Sometimes they don't work. I was just saying it's our turn now to thank you, Balkis. That was absolutely fabulous moderation and a really successful session. We were sharing a little chats in our WhatsApp group, how absolutely fascinating this has been to learn about your work, to see your labs, to find out what you're doing. You know, you are spread out all across the region, and even without COVID, it would be difficult kind of to meet each other. And given that we're all suffering under this dreadful pandemic still, this is kind of a fabulous effort by everyone. It was really, really great. And it was very insightful. And as we've seen, the first collaborations are already being initiated. So Wu, I think, has just said we're going to put everybody's presentations, of course, with your consent, on the website, and we will also add a recording of today's session, and then we'll make it available to our network. Jenny and I, we have a network of over 23,000 researchers across Southeast Asia and Europe to really make sure lots and lots of potential partners are seeing this. And the JFS colleagues, as you've seen in the chat box, they have their own partnering tool. So you should all make use of this to make sure that you're reaching out to potential collaborators. Now, I'll hand over in a minute to Wu to say the closing words, but I'd like to invite everyone to maybe just switch on their camera so we can take a group picture. So if you are still there, if you just quickly switch on your camera and we can take a group picture of all of us together. So I've got a gallery view here. I think Dr. Kritika, I don't know whether you're still there. You could also just quickly switch on your camera, but she might be busy.
I cannot start my video because the host has stopped it.
Oh, the host has stopped it. That is a nasty host. Let's see. Jenny, can we do something there? Can you see Dr. Kritika?
Okay. Thank you.
Ah, there we are. Perfect. So we're taking a screenshot of everyone. So everybody smile. 1, 2, 3. And another one. Perfect. Well, excellent. Thank you so much. And Wu, I'll leave it to you to close the session.
Thank you. Thank you all. Thank you to you all for this amazing event. Everything was so interesting, and actually if I'm personal speaking, I always wanted to go to the to food production in my career, but yeah, life changes. And I hope you will get a nice collaboration from this event. And I hope you will help the world to have a sustainable food production and to make this world to a better place. Thank you all.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you,
Bye.
Thank you very much.
everyone.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Bye.
Nice program.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Sorry, Giza, we forgot to introduce you. If someone is, I'm sorry, still there. So sorry, if you're still there, we forgot to introduce you to Giza, of course, who is Wu's colleague. So Giza, if you also want to say a few words.
Yes, thank you. There's actually no need to have support for Wu because he has led everything perfectly. And I thank Wu, and actually indeed Adela and me, we all three and Wu, we work together for the joint funding scheme. Yes, and in preparing this event, we had a lot of good experiences with the participants already. We met them yesterday. We met you yesterday. And yeah, I totally agree and support the words of Susanne and Wu. I think it was a really, really good event. And of course, technical problems always occur, but I think it was really well handled by Jenny. So
Thank
we
you,
had
Jenny.
a perfect session. And I think everybody benefited quite a lot from it. And I hope we can serve with some post-marketing and try to get as much collaboration as possible. So I'm really amazed and enthusiastic about the whole work you put into your lab tours, and it was really interesting to see how you work. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay, I think we are closing then the session.
We're closing.
Okay.
And thank you so much. And whoever is also speaking on climate change, we'll see you here tomorrow, same time.
Yes.
Goodbye.
Tomorrow's climate change.
Bye.
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 Bye.